Hoot hoot.
2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting film journey here on Delusions of Grandeur. I am one of your hosts, but today we are going on about a film that I subjected the rest of these fine people here to. And all I got to do is say, hey, man, where's the stuff? But anyways, so the film is
Dave's
just
not
that.
here.
Well, no, the squab is, but he's here to tell you about a 1985 film directed by Larry Cohen, called The Stuff. And let me tell you what IMDb says about the film. Bring it up here. So, IMDb says that a delicious, mysterious goo that oozes from the earth is marketed as the newest dessert sensation. But the tasty treat rots more teeth than zombie-like snackers who only want to consume more of the strange substance at any cost and begin infesting the world. So, that being said, let's go around with first impressions. Boris, was this a first time watch for you?
Yes, yes, it was the first time watch, and I did find the movie quite interesting. Although I have to say that IMDb synopsis, which I read before I watched the movie, it gave me a little bit different expectations.
Yeah,
I
it's a little
thought,
off.
sorry, what did you say, Crow?
I said it's a little off.
Uh, yeah, I expected more zombie stuff, more visual horror, more zombie fights, stuff like that. And so maybe that was a little bit disappointing, but that's just because I read that synopsis and had expectations. Other than that, it was pretty interesting. Uh, Rather creative and kind of gross at moments.
Mhm.
It's fairly interesting that the main villain of the movie is not. Well, okay, there are human characters who are kind of villains, but the main villain is just some faceless substance that maybe doesn't even have a mind of its own, or maybe it does. It's kind of ambiguous, but yeah, it's interesting they managed to create a horror plot without a particular iconic main villain with a face, like in most other horror movies and franchises. So uh, that's something probably unique in this movie.
No, I think those two guys at the end are kind of the bad guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I said there are some human villains, but the main one is, I assume, the stuff itself. Uh,
Alrighty,
Stuff.
is that it on your first impression then?
I think so.
Okay, heading over to Crow. Was this a first time watch for you?
Yep.
And what were your thoughts about this film?
A lot better than I expected. Um, it actually pretty entertaining. Interesting done. Not really cheesy at all. I mean, especially for the '80s. You know, I expected it to be a cheesy horror movie. Um, that I'm not saying that's bad, but I just expected it to be a cheesy horror movie, and it wasn't. Um, it was pretty well done, thought out. I mean, maybe it was a little cheesy where in a certain part where a certain person was trapped in a truck, and a certain person happened to steal the right truck to save the kid. But um, yeah, it was definitely a different type of movie. Um, Very interesting though. Yeah, this stuff, it's basically a dessert, kind of like ice cream, but so much better. But once you have it, you become completely addicted, and you don't want anything else. And yeah, it's
It's
pretty.
also a movie about mass consumerism.
Oh yeah,
The
oh yeah,
the whole marketing behind it, how people can get like sucked into it, and
yeah.
uh, you know, and how you come back from it too.
I think it was interesting how they had like the main person that was pushing the stuff. Um, realized that stuff was bad, and she turned and tried everything she could to get people not to do it, like use it anymore. Kind of a 360 there. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I liked that. Like she realized, oh shit, I've been pushing this stuff, and it's bad, it's bad. So yeah, it is cool how the kid the kid um the kid was he saw right away that it was bad, that he not to eat it.
there was just something in his gut that
Yeah.
told him
Oh,
it
he
was
saw
bad.
it. He saw it move, and he was just like,
Mm.
he knew he wasn't dreaming. It wasn't a nightmare or anything. He knew that was it happened, and that can't be good. And I mean, the parents did make some good points. Oh, lots of stuff move. You just don't see it. What's the difference? Which is true, but you know,
Mm.
um, yeah, he was right about it. Yeah. Um, Poor kid lost his whole family though.
Well, in all honesty, that father was a dick even before he ate the stuff. Like, just look at how he spoke to the kid just because he got up at night and wanted to
Yeah,
eat
yeah, he was
something.
kind of an ass, but still, I mean, we don't know if the mother was an ass, and of course the brother was an ass. But older brothers are always an ass. Like
Yes.
those with siblings.
Heading over to, I figure that that's pretty much your first impression then, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Heading over to Tammy. Was this the first time watch for you?
No, we watched it a while ago. Um, it was fun. I mean, a totally different idea of like a horror movie. You know, basically because you got this goop that everybody gets addicted to. Nobody sees anything's wrong with it except for that young kid, and he finally gets other people convinced due to the help of that other, that guy that was supposed to be finding out the secret of what it's made of. Like he found out a secret, all right.
Well,
But
that guy was played by Michael Moriarty, and he's a character in his own. He put on a southern accent. It kind of sounded like a car salesman almost.
Right.
yeah, he
Uh,
seemed like he's been, that it wasn't really far out of his actual
More. You know why they
personality.
call me more? Because I want more money when you get
What
more
he was
money.
playing.
I want more stuff.
But I found it entertaining. It had a little bit of everything in it. You had your romance, and you had your horror, and you had your like mystery, and you know, you had a little bit of everything in it. And so to me, it made it kind of entertaining. So
Yeah, just because the character is named Wow, maybe Wow should have joined us for this discussion.
yeah, he should have, but that's neither here nor there. But
more, more wasn't available.
I'm not sure when I first became aware of this film, but I know that I picked it up. I watched it on my own, and then later it became a film that I subjected the Inside Movies Galore group to, which we have discussed it on that channel. So if you get a chance, check out that discussion. I thought it was pretty good. But this gives us us a chance to talk about it because you guys weren't there.
That was before I joined.
Yep, that was definitely before you joined, and definitely before Tammy joined, and definitely before I started talking with Boris here. So,
Even though I hadn't joined yet, I got subjected to the movies for it.
yep. But we watched it way before that too. At one point in time too.
But you notice, Dave, you're obsessed with movies with food eating you.
Hey, that might be a little bit true, but
a little bit.
What other such movies has Dave subjected you to?
Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Oh, that reminds me. I heard of a movie named Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah.
I know of it, but I haven't watched it yet. But
there's a lot of killer food movies out
there. Evidently, and you probably know them all.
I like most of them. I mean, there's many different films out there, but
I like my food. I like my food docile.
I like my food just fine. Although you're the one who had us talk about Sausage Party.
I was just reminded of that one too. Sorry, Kroll, what did you say?
The Sausage Party was a fucking hilarious movie.
Yes,
but it was a movie about food involving food.
Yeah, but they didn't eat. But they didn't eat people. They thought people were
some of them did.
At some point, we should discuss the annoying orange.
You're the what? Orange.
The annoying orange. It's a YouTube channel, and it's basically a bunch of skits. But if you rounded all of the skits up from the darn thing, it would probably be a full like probably it would probably be at least maybe around like 2 movies, maybe.
Probably even more, but maybe at some point we could take, I don't know, the first 20 episodes or so. That would approximately be the length of one movie.
But in any case, let us go into the plot of this film. So it starts out with an older guy who works at a factory of some sort, looking like, and he finds this goop that seems quite tasty, and
yeah, he picks up off the ground and eats it like a normal person would.
Another guy comes over and starts to talk to him, and he's like, "Hey."
Well, he thought it was snow at first, and then he found out it wasn't snow.
I don't eat snow.
Oh man, that's it. I don't know what you guys thought of it.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
So there's a little bit of a conversation here about hey, we can turn this into something that we can market and make money off of, and then we are in then the next scene we see a bunch of board member looking dudes on a yacht that are in fact talking about this so-called stuff.
Yeah, they're over to the ice cream company.
Yes, and we begin to see some commercials for this so-called product as well.
Stuff.
During this, and they're calling it the stuff. which seems to be a nifty thing. Especially each commercial that we see throughout the film. Um, the commercials are definitely very 80s. um, but yeah, so these guys are discussing. Hey, no one's been able to get the secret formula. They're keeping it kind of secret. So they decide to hire this ex FBI dude who's been forced off the bureau, but he's had some high successes in making sure that,
Espionage.
well, basically making sure that corporations and dudes in power are in fact destroyed, literally. Finding something out is what his job is. Corporate espionage. If I get what he does correctly. And so he walks in. And what do y'all think about Mo as a character?
It's funny. He's smart. He's funny. I like when it said you know as dumb as you look, and he's like nobody's as dumb as I look, or something like that. It was pretty funny.
He's a smart ass.
Right, right. Which is why I like him. You know, kindred spirit.
I also think he's pretty cool. Maybe at the beginning he comes off as a little bit of an asshole because of the kind of job he does.
I think
But
he comes off as an idiot at first, but like the guy said, it's his facade. That he's if people think you're an idiot, they're not gonna care what they say in front of you, because they think you're stupid, and that's
yeah,
way to
but
get information.
I kind of like how he kind of like predicts exactly what the one dude said, and then he tells him why. Well, the night before he dropped a listening device inside his pocket, and he was listening.
nice one. Yeah, like at the beginning, he seems kind of bad because of the job he does, but then you end up finding out that he is not really so bad deep down, that he does have some morals and some sense of justice.
In any case, he gets a check with a bunch of zeros on it, and he kind of flaunts it in the bureau's face on his way out, and
He punches the guy. He goes, tell them,
yeah, he punches the
tell
guy.
them, give him this message for me. Bam.
And then we are in the next scene, I believe, is where we get a bunch of bikini-clad women, or at least it looks like it's some kind of beauty walk-in pageant or a commercial for the stuff. And it turns out the marketing campaign person is a lady, and he walks in and basically tries to sell himself off as being someone who actually wants to buy her company out. So she immediately tells her assistant to buy her address, cancel everything that I have. This guy is serious business.
Where do you want to eat? Where are you staying? Do they have room service? Slut.
I bet you my limo's bigger than yours.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that
yeah.
was
He's
good.
like, my one was outside. Oh, mine is too. Mine's bigger than yours. uh,
I would get kind of concerned if hers was bigger than
it's funny
his.
though. He tells her the truth of who he is, and she's not upset. She still stays with him. He must have had a big penis.
Well,
Most women get upset when you lie to him.
in any case, she's basically his in to get kind of inside the factory at first, the factory that the stuff is made in, because she just so happens to be the person marketing for this product. So she
She has
ends up
access.
taking him on a tour of this factory, and while he's checking it out, he's grabbing like one of the yellow uniforms, sticking it in a backpack, um, and basically planning to steal a little bit
You
stuff.
kind of forgot about the kid,
Uh, I'll
Yeah.
get to him.
but the
Because,
kid was
because
already
he does.
with him by then.
He wasn't with
Yes, he
them
was.
yet then.
He was already there, and he went. He was in the plane. The pilot got killed. He escaped from the plane from the stuff, and he ended up in the truck. I mean, this all happened when they were at the factory.
That is true. I was getting to it.
Right,
But
but you missed it already. It's already
no,
happened.
I was going to go back to it
Well, why would you go back when you should go forward?
You two
because in
are
order
a
to
pair of
mention the kid,
squapping squabs.
in order to mention the kid, I was trying to come up with a way. So, anyways, so the kid.
My head.
The reason why the kid is even involved is because he's just some random kid who ends up having a family who has the stuff in their fridge, and he ends up waking up like middle of the night. I guess he's hungry, but he sees the fucking shit move, and he gets caught by his father, and he's basically told to get back up into his room. His father is eating this stuff after he sends him up to his room, and then because of him seeing this stuff, and then him coming down in the morning and seeing his brother try to eat the stuff, he gets it in his mind to go to the supermarket. And once he sees like the stuff on the shelves, he goes like bananas. Like he literally, like,
Yeah, he was.
he goes
he,
overkill on like
he goes
making sure that
spudow.
every single thing. And this is where Tammy said, "Hey, I guess this thing can be refrigerated. It can stay out of the refrigerator because
Right.
they were shit on the shelves and shit in the coolers, and they all look like they were the same fucking things. So I guess some were chilled, some weren't. So
Yep, they had when he took the room, whatever it was, and smashed the cases and like knocking the stuff out, and they're trying to catch
now,
him, and then he knocked that whole display down.
meanwhile, while the kid's doing that, Mo has actually gone to a small town that evidently he had heard about, and that's where he ends up running into a man by the name of Chocolate Chip Charlie, um, which they end up, I guess,
Poor
running
Charlie.
into.
Oh,
They basically run into each other because he doesn't. They both don't trust each other, you know. But
But they were both after the stuff company because he got pushed out of his own company because he was the one that owned the company, and they pushed him the fuck out, and so he wants revenge because his stupid brother and
correct.
nephew and nieces pushed him out, and so he's investigating them, and then Moore's investigating them.
Yeah, and
So
according to Chocolate Chip Charlie, all of it like leads back to this PO box at this U.S. Postal service place, which just so happens to look like a convenience plus of some sort.
yeah,
Like a postal service slash like gas station slash whatever the fuck it is.
yeah,
Um,
a little bit of
like a
everything.
general store almost.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
But anyways, it's run by this dude that speaks in a plural form, because he's saying stuff like, uh,
Stuff.
you should just leave us alone. We're not here to harm you." And then he just kind of slips
It's like
into the
we,
back, like,
who's we?
and then he kind of just slips into the back, and he's acting all kinds of weird. Um, and they're talking while he's back there, and we as the audience see this fucking thing come out his mouth. Oh,
Oh,
and I forget, there is a businessman that Mo goes and sees. He's got this Doberman um, dog
Then
that doesn't seem to like the owner. Or at least the owner is afraid of him. You know.
oh
Um,
yeah.
he goes and sees this guy because he's the only one that he can get in contact with at least at that point in time that hasn't exactly flown the coop because every
oh god,
single investor that signed off on this product has either left the state or mysteriously disappeared or died.
Oh,
So that's something that he started to investigate, and so this dude ends up going up and grabbing some papers and giving them to him. But meanwhile, while he's grabbing the shit, he tries to go into the like kitchen and shit, to get some water or food for the dog, and it's literally like filled with boxes of the stuff.
mm.
So what do y'all think about that section there?
Well, I was kind of left wondering about the dog. Okay, I assumed the dog was big the way it was because it had eaten the stuff and it drove the dog insane, I guess. But I was still wondering if that guy was apparently afraid of his own dog. Why didn't he get rid of it or something?
I
Uh,
agree.
Probably because he was afraid to get rid of him.
So
That,
now got it.
but ultimately, it looked like that dog's mouth just opened and the stuff came out and pretty much devoured him. uh,
Yeah.
Basically, did you see that fucking shit? That was like a
But
gross up.
I'll teach you to own a dog.
Oh yeah, it was gross.
I like that.
Actually,
That scene was funny.
But
uh,
um, ultimately, uh, him and Charlie, Chocolate Chip Charlie, um, go and try to investigate what happened to the man that they were just talking to, and they find his husk of a body back there, and they see the open window, and they follow it, and they are followed by a bunch of townspeople that pretty much chase them while they are beating them off with sticks to a boat, rowboat, or uh, looks like
They're
it's got some,
roll
yeah. Um, and they end up escaping that way, I guess. And
and then they
that's
go in a diner.
Yep, that's when they go to the diner. They ask about the stuff.
Oh, we don't have the stuff. Wish we did. It's on order. which she's lying. Which I don't know why.
Yeah, because he goes back to that freezer and opens it up and then there is her
This is
stock.
the stuff.
But anyways, that's
They end up
about
parting ways because he sends Chocolate Chip Charlie to the FBI to
Yep.
notify someone, and he goes and hitches the ride with a stranger.
Yep. And then he ends up meeting back up with that marketing chick. They that's about when he learns about the kid from a newspaper article.
And he decides he wants to go meet the kid.
Yep. And so that's about when the kid ends up.
The whole family's trying to get him to eat the stuff. And
Well, yeah.
he runs off, and they tell
after that
the
whole
brother.
supermarket
They
incident.
tell the brother to go get him, and he chases them down and catches them, and they tell him to eat the stuff, and they hand it to him, and he goes upstairs, and they let him go upstairs. Like, wouldn't you want him to eat it in front of you? Like, I don't know. But anyway, so he goes upstairs.
This was the smartest thing the kid did, though.
Yeah,
he went up and
he dumps out the stuff, and he puts in shaving cream, which I think I would use whipped cream, but I guess he would use shaving cream, and then he brings it downstairs and he eats the shaving cream, acting like it's the stuff. But the father is skeptical, and when the kid gets up, he tastes it and realizes it's shaving cream. That's when the kid takes off out of the house, and they all chase him, and then
just
he
so
meets
happens
Mo shows up, and opens the door to get in. He says, "I've seen it move too." The kid jumps in the car, and they take off. And they're still chasing him down the road a little bit. He said something about they lost stamina or something.
Yep. They end up meeting the marketing chick up at the this private airline. And she's looking at him getting out of the vehicle like, what the fuck?
What the hell?
I thought it was just going to be us.
Did you just kidnap this kid?
And the kid's like, I've never been in a plane like this.
Just steps right in,
And so they end up
taking cautionary tale.
So they end up taking that plane to another airfield where he tells the kid to stay with the pilot, and the pilot dude make sure when he wakes up that he's all taken care of, and
send him back in 3 hours. Take him to blah blah.
Yep. And I guess they're talking to some other investors in a limousine of some sort, and about the reasons why they moved to this small town or whatnot, because it is kind of like mysterious and unheard of that they would just up and move, and one of them seems fine talking to them. The other one looks like he isn't sure whether he should talk to them, but they end up going to the factory. He ends up going and grabbing one of those yellow uniforms and sticking it away. And I guess they didn't expect that the gas station attendant that he'd originally ran into had actually went and did something to the plane, and I guess whatever sludge was in his ass ended up coming towards the kid. The kid dropped out the back.
Well, first it killed the pilot.
Yeah, it killed the pilot,
and then it was after the kid.
So he ran for quite a bit, and I guess somehow he found his way. Even though it seemed like they had actually driven quite a ways, he found his way to the factory somehow. And I guess he found his way to one of the trucks, dropped his ass inside one of them, which was the dumbest thing he could have ever done.
Yeah, got locked inside.
And he ended up locked inside. Uh, when they I guess they realize that the kid is gone. They end up
Well, no, they don't. They don't even know anything about the kid because they expect he's back at the plane with the pilot, so they don't know anything's wrong. With
well, they end up checking in to a motel.
yeah, that the people said, oh, we got a motel for you, and stay the night. We got a motel for you, and so they set up everything, which is an important part to the next scene.
Yes, because oh, I don't know why, but this scene I seem to remember. She cracked her neck in her sleep.
Okay.
Did you see that? Like she was sleeping, then all of a sudden she cracked her neck, and he saw that, and then the next moment is when they she woke up. He was like up from the bed, and that's when the stuff shot out from the pillow and
On his face.
up to his face. She took and lit the damn thing on fire. Another dude that happened to be a trucker came into the room. They lit him on fire.
Well, he attacked them, and
Well, yeah.
it was funny. The stuff ended up attacking him, which was weird. But
Well, yeah, and he
and
was
then
saying
they
the same
and
thing.
then they tried to make toast and marshmallow of the stuff. Doesn't the stuff look exactly like fluff?
That's what Tammy was saying. Tammy was saying that it looked exactly like marshmallow fluff.
Exactly.
When
Made me want to have some fluff.
And he said he didn't know what it was, so I
Mm.
looked it up and I showed him.
I've never had.
You've never had fluff?
I've never had marshmallow fluff itself.
You've never had a fluff another sandwich?
I have never had a fluff on a sandwich.
A fluff another. It's peanut butter and fluff on a sandwich. Peanut butter and fluff.
Yeah.
Fluff another.
I don't like marshmallows and stuff except for s'mores. Like I won't have like chocolate marshmallows.
Have you ever had it?
No, I have not.
Well, how you
Well,
don't
he
like
said
it?
he's
Then
had the
how do you know you don't like
I've
it?
had
Crispy bars.
marshmallows on s'mores, and that's it.
How you know you
Uh,
don't like it?
Crispy
You never had it?
maybe the small ones and like hot chocolate, but that's it.
You've had Rice
But-
Krispie bars. That's what it's made
I've
of.
had
that-
rice.
Yeah,
but
if-
that's it. But that's it. And
Yeah.
how about some cereal? But that's it.
If you haven't had it, how do you know you don't like it?
Exactly. That's what I said.
I don't know whether I like it or not, so I don't. I've never had it, so
Oh,
There you go.
never had it.
So it's not an educated guess.
I mean, if
Tammy,
someone
you
was
need to-
put in front of
Tammy,
me,
you
I
need to
try
buy
it.
some fluff and
Doesn't
peanut
mean
butter.
that I'll like it. I mean, I know I don't like them. I know I don't like. What are those things that you get at Easter time, Tammy?
Oh, he
That's
doesn't
okay.
like marshmallow cream eggs.
Uh, uh,
I don't.
Marshmallow
I also
eggs.
don't. I also don't like those bunnies that you get that are marshmallow.
Oh, I like those. But a lot of people don't like those. The peeps.
Yeah, the peeps.
Yeah,
I don't like
I don't know why there's a lot of people that don't like those for some reason.
I think we don't even have those over here.
But fluff and nutters are awesome, dude. Gotta try one.
Uh, I think we only have those hollow chocolate bunnies.
with
Everybody,
marshmallow.
I like the solid chocolate bunnies better.
No, there is no marshmallow inside. It's just.
Oh, I know it's a hollow one. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
solid. There's a solid one. It's solid chocolate. I used to eat those and put peanut butter on it.
I'll have the Reese's peanut butter bunnies.
Oh, who won't? Reese's peanut butter cups the best. Well, Reese's peanut butter eggs, whatever you want to call it. I don't care if it's an egg, it's a cup. I don't care what you make it out of. It's awesome.
I have to say though, this movie actually, the very beginning of it left me kind of struggling to imagine that so-called stuff tasting good
Well, to be
because
honest, this movie definitely emulated some elements of the Blob. Just
You
a
don't
little
need the
bit.
blob.
You know, have you ever heard of that movie, The Blob?
I have heard of it.
Which one? The original or the remake or the remake or the remake?
Both of them are good.
uh,
Both of them are good.
Both.
To be honest,
There's been 2 remakes and the original.
I think that's right. There was the Blob, and then there was Beware the Blob, and then there was the 1980s The Blob. So
I like the
which
one with Wilford Brimley.
that was, I believe, the 1980s one. But the original one was with Steve McQueen, 1960s, Roger Corman, I think. Basically, a substance that ended up just becoming bigger and bigger and attacked wayward seaside town. And the most famous scene is when it like makes these people that are watching a movie run out of it, and you see them running in a mob from this giant like gelatinous creature. And I think Goosebumps also emulated it too with one of their episodes. But in any case, where are we? We are at the moment just after the. Okay. So the trucker gets all like smashed up in the stuff on the ceiling, and he's trying to tell it, hey, I tried to help and all that jazz, and it burns. And they end up taking the dude's truck, and I think what they do, they end up taking it. What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
There you go.
Ju- just kidding. Sorry, it's a novel I happen to have here.
I figured that.
Sorry.
So I was like, Shado.
No playing with toys during broadcast.
Sorry. Sorry. I'll try not to make it happen again.
Bad, Boris. Bad. No dessert for you. No
You're a
stuff.
hoot. Anyways.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no
But
stuff for you.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
lay off the stuff, will ya? Anyways. So they take the truck, and I guess they end up while they're in the truck, they see that it's nighttime, and these tanker trucks are like going like somewhere. So they said, hey, let's follow it. So they do, and it leads them to a canyon that is right near a abandoned mine, and he decides to go and check it out. Gives Miss Marketing Chick a kiss. They have a little romantic moment before he goes off.
Well, there's the thing where he takes out the yellow outfit and goes, oh, that's why you saved that thing and not my purse. So then we lost her purse in the hotel room.
So he ends up going around, and I don't know where the fuck he got these things, but these things are bombs that he's like setting up.
Detonators. Yeah.
It looks like C4 or some shit. And so he places them at different moments in the cliff, and then he ends up down where the dudes in yellow are um, still like sucking the stuff out into the tanks, and one of them actually recognizes him, so he ends up taking that guy out.
And after
wow,
he takes them out, he hears the kid.
yep. And the kid is evidently in a truck that they've just began sucking the stuff into. So
So the stuff's after the kid again.
yep. And evidently we weren't entirely done with the convenience store dude, because he ends up trying to attack Miss Marketing Chick. And he gets run over by the so-called tanker that he rescues the kid from, and he gets fucking flattened. That was a fun part. I thought it was fun because the way they made
I
him
liked
look.
it. Running his fucking legs over.
I mean, it
didn't.
looks awkward at the effects now, but it still looked.
It was
That
pretty
was a
damn
20.
good for. It was pretty damn good for '85.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
uh,
think so too.
I didn't think it was fun. I thought it was Spudow!
Oh, I thought it was fun and
You thought it
Of
looked
course,
painful?
I sorry, Dave. What did you say?
Did you think it looked painful?
Yes, yes. I was just joking. Of course, it was fun. I just wanted to make a Spudow joke.
Spudow!
Well,
Spudow!
anyways, after he steals the tanker and on the way to pick up Marketing Chick, he ends up pressing the button to make this shit explode. And I guess after he picks up the Marketing Chick, they're flagged down by a pig, a cop.
Nice one.
Sorry.
I
but-
don't mind.
we get this moment where I guess they act like they're hungry, and she motions to the
The
kid.
kid does it first.
Yeah. She mentions to the kid to play like they're eating it, and so the cop ends up going and following and doing what they did, so that Mo can come over and smack the dude over the head, and they ended up taking the tankard, and they take it to what looks like a mission church of some sort.
Castle.
Castle that is run by a ragtag group of army brigade dudes that look like they live off the land and
Militia.
have their own rules. And it turns out this guy is someone that Mo has screwed over before. But he convinces this kind of.
I could just throw you off here right now for trespassing. It's flat right there.
Somehow he convinces the dude that there's something more crazier than the shit that he's speaking about, that he should fight for this cause, that this stuff is more dangerous than anything, and he convinces him to help them take over this place, but then so they do. They take it over to the factory, and the dudes in yellow are like running all over the place, running over the rooftop, and they secure the place down, and they get inside, and they notice that all these bodies are just all laying like inside, and the lead army guy is like, oh man,
they offed themselves. They took away my pleasure to kill them.
So they thought it was safe. So Marketing Chick and the kid ended up trying to leave the place, but they ended up running into the stuff that had actually left these hollow carcasses behind. And they ended up jumping over these like big ass bins just to get from there. And I think from here is where they it looked like milk that was spilling out from these fucking things, didn't it? Just a little bit.
Looks like
Yeah.
fluff.
Anyways, at this point, I think is when they decide to take the news of this stuff to the public, because evidently there's two radio stations that this mad crazy army dude has control of.
He
And
owns.
as soon as he gets there, I guess they're playing a commercial of the stuff, and he's like, "Get that fucking shit off my radio," you know. And that's when
Yeah.
Chocolate Chip Charlie comes into play again. He comes smashing through the army thing. Says he's all ready to spill his beans. Well, once he gets marketing chick in a room, he starts to spill more than just his beans. And lickety split, we see some razzmatazz special effects going on here, because he's starting to melt. He's starting to look like he's about to explode.
Looks like he looked like he just saw the act from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Sorry, like he saw what?
Like
Ark.
he saw the Ark, like
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost
Ah,
Ark.
nice one.
That was a great melting scene, actually.
It was.
Yeah. I guess Mo ends up breaking down the glass.
Chocolate Chip Charlie.
They rescue the kid and her, and I'm trying to think what happens next.
Chocolate Chip Charlie is put out.
Well, besides that, and I think
Well, it tried to get the kid had actually gone in there, and he wanted to help the girl, but you know he couldn't, and the stuff was after the kid again, because the stuff really don't like that kid.
and I think that's when we get this TV moment where the marketing chick does in fact like sit down and tell the world that she's sorry for what she did. And
yeah, basically they skipped
my
ahead
apology.
that they told everybody, everyone believed them, because the army the army dude told everyone. He's like, I've never lied to you. I've never let you stray. You know, this is real. You know, the stuff is bad for you. Get rid of it. You know, if it's in your house, get rid of it. If you're selling it, get rid of it. Everyone get rid of it. And they end up showing that people burned it, and you know, everyone finally got rid of the stuff. And
there were riots that we saw that were going on.
Apologizing because she was, you know, head of the marketing for the stuff and didn't realize, you know, that it was really so bad for you.
And I think my favorite scene is actually this next one where Mo ends up going and revisiting this one dude that I forgot to mention that he went and saw. He's an older guy.
Came to give me my money back? No, I already spent it.
Yeah. He was given an unset amount of money.
No, he was given $25,000. He even guessed how much was in there. He goes, $1,000 bills. Yeah, he says probably about 25 of them. Yep. So it was 25,000 one day he was given.
Well, in any case, he ends up visiting the one that particular dude that seems to be like kind of like a quadrimillionaire or whatever. Um, Apparently, kind of the leader of the whole shebang to get this
Yeah,
stuff out.
he was the one that put up the money to.
And it turns out that another older guy who had hired him is in league with him, and he just so
Yeah,
happened to
Mexican dude.
come out of the woodworks and say, "Ha ha! I'm part of this too," you know. And it, he uh, he said he brought two weapons.
No, no, he didn't say he brought you up, but he says I'm not alone. And then the kid comes in holding a box, and then he goes, and I'm also I didn't just bring him, I brought someone else, and he pulls up the gun.
Yep. And so he makes them both eat the stuff, and they can't help themselves because
Yeah,
once you start eating the stuff,
once they start, they're just, I mean, they're just
they do
in
the
it.
rest on their own.
Yeah, they're just in it.
And
Like they
I
were
think
afraid.
that,
They didn't want to touch the stuff, even though they were, they did not want to touch it.
but before before they were given the stuff, they were telling him about this new marketing campaign that they were
Yeah,
going to,
basically, there's a little bit of the stuff in
which
it, but not to
had a little bit
totally
of the
take
stuff in it,
control.
but it's not as obsessive or whatnot. It's called the
Well, it's
taste,
not supposed to have the mind control, is what they're saying.
which I wonder if we'd have gotten a sequel to this movie. I wonder if they would have called it the taste.
It certainly looked like there was going to be a sequel. I actually looked to see if there was. Of course, there wasn't. But
They definitely set it up to that
yeah, so I
there
was
could
kind
have
of surprised there wasn't one.
Indeed.
Yeah, shortly after this, there were a bunch of people, a bunch of guys
The
that
final scene. Yep.
yep, this was the final scene, where a bunch of guys were gathered around a truck,
You got the
which had a
stuff,
couple.
man. You got the stuff.
They
Dave, you got the stuff.
tasted it, and
Dave's
is
not
this
here, man.
again? But at the end of everything, I guess we're at the production value of this film. Tammy, what did you think of the production of this film?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, they didn't like. There was some effects, but they didn't like go. I don't think too overboard. Like when the stuff is flowing.
Well, when it
Instead,
comes out of the dog, when you see the fucking gas station dude go all hollow, when it comes out of him, you know,
it's pretty. They did a pretty good job. I mean, for the time, I think got
Mm.
the point across.
yeah. Okay, what about you, Carl? What did you think about the production?
Like I said before, for 1985, I think this was great. I think the production, I was expecting it to be a lot cheesier, a lot more B movie ish. And I don't think it was. I think the production was really well done. The special effects of the melting and the stuff and everything. The way the stuff came out of people, the dogs, people, everything. I think they did an incredibly great job. I mean, if this wasn't a big budget film, then they did a really fucking awesome job because the production is pretty fucking spot on. I mean, even to today's standards, there's little more that we could do to make it look that much better. I think. Um, yeah, I think the production was really great. Um, yeah. So
Okay. What about you, Boris? What did you think of the production that went on in this film?
Well, I would say it was as good as a story like this one required. Like as Tammy said, maybe there weren't any mind-blowingly amazing effects, but the story is such that it doesn't really require anything better than what we had. So I think everything that was needed to be done with special effects was done well enough, I would say. Um, so yeah, I guess.
And I guess we got some really cool jingles for some commercial value, at least as far as the stuff is concerned. The stuff, you know. But I thought the production was really good. I didn't really have a problem with any of the effects that went on in here. I think they were pretty good for the time.
Surprised they didn't have New Kids on the Block, the right stuff playing in the movie.
Oh, for like the jingles or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Would have been cool, or Fine Young Cannibals or something like that. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with the production value of this film when I saw it the first time, and um, as far as the bedroom scene, I have seen similar incidents like I think there's something that happens in a Freddy movie that with the blood that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
Uh, so something like that has been done before. So, but I liked the way that it was done in here. So I do like that. Did anyone have anything to say about the music that was involved in
Well, I think the song about the stuff was pretty good, actually.
it? Let's see. Was looking to see if they actually had. Oh, according to the audio commentary on the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD of this, the scene in the motel where the stuff comes out of the mattress and pillows and attacks the man on the wall and ceiling was a shot in a room that could turn upside down, allowing the stuff to move up and down the wall. It was exactly the same room used in A Nightmare on Elm Street. When Johnny Depp's character Glenn is sucked into his bed and his blood is regurgitating back out onto the ceiling. So I guess there is a connection in that respect. So, according to Larry Cohen himself, in some
Good
scenes
call.
in which the stuff chases characters, a foam made of blended fish bones was used. It stank so much that as soon as the shots were done, the actors ran to a river in order to bathe and get rid of the stench.
Ouch.
According to
Well,
audio commentary on the 2000 Anchor Bay DVD, some of the substance props or stand-ins for the real stuff used in the movie included lots of Haagen-Dazs ice cream, yogurt, and for one scene involving an enormous avalanche-like effect of stuff crashing through a wall, fire extinguishing foam. Other shots, such as the ones of the giant lake of stuff, required superimposed images and animation. So, other than that, director Larry Cohen was quoted as saying, "My main inspiration was the consumerism and corporate greed found in our country and the damaging products that were being sold. I was
only in
reading
your country."
I was constantly reading in the newspapers about various goods and materials being recalled because they were harming people. For example, you had foods being pulled off the market because they were hazardous to people's health. Cohen also cited as his influence the sheer volume of junk food we consume every day. We
Mm.
continue to eat these foods despite the fact some of them are killing us. That's when I started thinking that the stuff could be an imaginary product. In this case, an
Yeah.
ice cream dessert that is being consumed by millions and is doing irreparable damage to humanity. Everyone is gobbling down this yummy food, so how can it possibly be wrong for us?
Yeah. The whole thing about the stuff being unhealthy while I was watching the movie, it reminded me of that one episode. I think it was the third season of the Lucifer TV show when they were investigating that pudding that Dad was eating, if you remember.
Yeah, evidently one of the actresses that sang "Where's the Stuff" actually sang in a Wendy's commercial called "Where's the Beef." Um,
Yeah, I remember that.
and
I
so
recognized it.
he just reprised it for this of "Where's the by saying "Where's the stuff."
Yeah, I recognized it was the same one as the Wiz Leaf.
Another good commercial in here to me was where this old couple was sitting at a dining table, and he's like saying, "So how is it, my dear?" Or something similar to that effect, and she's like, "God damn it, where's the stuff?" Or it, did y'all remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's go into favorite scenes and favorite character. So let's go around the room. And Tammy, what was a favorite scene and maybe a favorite character?
Um, well, I actually like the kid, because he's the one that figured it out, and you know, he, he's so eager to try and help, and he keeps getting into trouble trying to help, kind of, and but he's totally looking up to you know the guy and wanting to do everything. So I like the kid. Um, favorite scene? Uh, I don't really know. I'm trying to think of a favorite scene, and it's just not sure.
You're not sure. Why? Did you like so many of them?
Well, I'm thinking of different ones, and I don't know which one would really be a favorite. So, but
Okay. Well, let's see what everybody else says. Boris, if you could choose a favorite scene or scenes, what would it be? And
Uh,
character.
My favorite character would probably also be Jason, the kid, as Tammy said. I really like the fact that, he was the one who figured it out, but what I especially like about him is that he was so determined to prove his point, no matter how much everyone was telling him that he was wrong. He was determined to do everything he could to prove that he was right, and I like how he was giving resistance to getting grounded, and yeah, I like how he was proactive and fighting to get things done. That's what makes his character quite interesting. Wall would probably be a close second, but yeah, the kid would be my favorite character. And as far as scenes go, it would probably be either the scene at the store when he started to destroy all the stuff they had there. That was a good spudao. And also the explosion of I think it was the factory that exploded near the end. Uh, that was another favorite scene. And One thing I also wanted to say, although it's not quite a favorite scene, but I didn't get an opportunity to mention this earlier in the discussion. The very beginning of the movie, when we saw that old guy, the first one who saw the stuff coming out of the ground, and he was like he sees some weird white liquid coming out of the ground, and his first reaction is to lick it, and I
Right?
thought, yeah, I thought that was so fucking disgusting that throughout
Right?
the
Like,
whole
who the fuck
movie.
would do that?
Yeah, exactly. Like because of that scene, and then the scene when Jason saw it moving in the fridge, the whole thing made me struggle to imagine that shit as tasting good, no matter how much everyone was saying it was delicious. I was like, I
Right?
wouldn't taste that. You wouldn't put it into my dead body. Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes you wonder about what's in your ice cream.
I know what's in
Right.
my ice cream.
Ew.
Chocolate.
Turn it over to you, Kroll. What what was the favorite scene or scenes or favorite character?
Chocolate Chip Charlie's my favorite character. He's I don't know. He's just my hands are lethal, and then he proves it. He does some shit. He's a pretty cool character. He's legitimate. He's got a beef with the company. Being kicked out of his own company for it and stuff, and he never seems like he's kind of a bad guy or anything. He just seems like a good guy that got screwed over, and he's fighting back. And I really like him. But the scene where he turns and becomes the stuff, and the whole scene was so well done and looks so fucking great. I'd say that's a favorite scene, even though it was the end of my favorite character. Unfortunately, um, I have to say that the main character. More is he's a close second. I really liked him. Not that I don't like the kid, I do, but I just found these two characters, especially Chocolate Charlie, really interesting and really great. So um, poor old Chocolate Chip Charlie, I was rooting for him, but he didn't make it. But that was a great scene where he went out. At least he went out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, it was kind of a spoodow.
Yeah, I just love that scene. It definitely looked it, his the way his face melted, like he was looking at the ark from Indiana Jones and Lost Ark. Yeah, I like that.
You,
It was
you,
cool. So
uh, now that you mentioned that, it's kind of a shame that that Dave and I already did Joe Sherlock's son Noggins a while ago, because after this I would have probably recommended that one to be next. If you know why I'm saying that.
I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I re- I remember. It's got some stuff in it. Uh,
Yeah, pretty much.
It's got stuff in it, and there's actors and actresses in it, and they do some stuff.
um, it's a weird movie.
You don't
Just
say.
Oh,
quite
Uh, Kroll, you watched Odd Noggins.
No.
Oh,
You can watch
then
it on Tubi if you really wanted to. I think. I think it's on Tubi.
then
But
you have
I
no
can't.
idea.
Tubi won't work anymore. My TV decided it doesn't like Tubi.
Oh.
Deleted it, reinstalled it. Nope, don't want it to work.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, my TV said that only Tubi was showing the movie. I was like, okay, fucking not. And I looked it up and I found it on. It was actually on Amazon Prime for free. So luckily, I was able to watch it there.
okay. Well, I think I'm going to go with the kid as my favorite. just because of the whole supermarket smash
Suck
thing.
up.
Spudow.
Even though he was dumb as fuck, is getting him.
I don't think he was dumb.
You know,
I think he was actually pretty smart. He just that was a bad decision. That was
it was a
decision.
bad
It was-
idea.
It was very, it was very bad. He was pretty smart with a lot of things. He fucked up there, but everyone fucks up. You know, no matter how smart you are, yeah, you know, everyone fucks up. So just it.
But favorite scene. I'm trying to think because there were quite a few that I liked. Like I liked the part where the stuff was coming out of the Doberman. You know, that part was kind of freaky because it reminded me of the freaking dogs from like Resident Evil.
Oh.
Just a little bit, especially
A
since I've
little bit.
just been recently playing the original 2 Resident Evils, and they kind of reminded me of that particular scene.
I can see
Um,
that. A little bit.
And I do like the bedroom scene for some. I don't know why, but the fact that she cracks her neck in her sleep, and then all of a sudden the stuff comes out of the pillow.
Yeah, I didn't notice
Oh
that.
yeah, I must say that scene made me think, and you thought the Bates Motel was bad.
By the way, wait, Tammy, if you ever crack your neck in your sleep, like that, like we've got to separate beds or something.
Yeah. What about what you do in your sleep?
I don't do anything in my sleep.
Yeah, you stink up
I
the
sleep
whole
like
room.
sugar plums and fairies. Okay.
You stink up the whole room.
I was going to say
No, I don't.
Parts
Yes, you
in his sleep.
There's nothing wrong with flatulence.
Yeah. To wake up to a dead girlfriend because you killed her.
You.
Poor Tammy.
But in any case, I do think that Chocolate Chip Charlie's exploding scene was pretty decent for its time. I mean, I did like the effects that they did on that, and the way that they made the bodies look so hollow. After the stuff left them or whatnot, that was kind of cool. The the fact that it seemed like it used them as like hosts or whatnot, and it was just all weird. Kind of reminded me of the way the people talked in the movie in the Troll movies from Full Moon, from the town of Nilbog. I don't know if y'all have ever seen those movies. I know that Tammy has, but
I think I haven't. I'm sorry.
I have not.
well, we'll have to cover them. I know we did cover at least Troll on Inside Movies Galore. So if you out there that are listening to this podcast get a chance, check out that discussion. It was kind of a blast. It was one of the earlier episodes. I think we tried talking about Troll 2, and some of its sequels, all in like one discussion. So, because it had some various sequels to it, but at the end of this whole thing, is there anything else that anyone wants to add about this film?
Should have been a sequel.
Yeah, should have been a sequel.
I think there should have been a sequel too. I would have okayed it, and even if it was worse than this one, I would have still welcomed it because how much worse could they get? You know.
Uh, yeah, and I will say for everyone who is watching this, go watch this movie, and after watching it, white yogurts and white ice cream and things like that will never be the same for you
I
again.
don't know. I was watching this and I wanted to get some fluff.
Well, and all I gotta say is everybody has to eat shaving cream once in a while.
Ugh.
So hopefully you enjoyed our discussion on this film. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back next week. Sunday, so to speak. I believe it's Tammy's turn to pick. Did you have one in mind, Tammy?
Yeah, and I thought we were gonna try and see if Mo wanted to come in too because I know he likes the movie Nightbreed.
Okay. So Nightbreed it is. So
I guess I finally get to. I finally get to watch Snake Creek.
Night
uh,
breed, is that what you said?
Yeah,
yep.
my best friend. It's one of his favorite movies. I've ever seen.
Oh,
And maybe, just maybe, I might be able to find a copy of the Cabal cut somewhere. I'll
Well,
see if I can find.
don't get all fancy. I'm gonna watch it on TV.
I'm not trying to get all fancy, but it's supposed to be like an extended version of
Well, I get that, but oh, guess what? I just found. I know it has nothing to do with this movie, but I've never seen the Lord of the Rings extended cut. None of the three movies, and HBO Max actually has all three extended cuts. So I'm gonna watch those.
Oh shit! So you'll finally be able to see the extended
I'll
version.
finally be able to see the extended version.
oh,
Did
as if the regular version isn't already long enough.
I don't mind long. As long as it's good, I don't mind how long a movie is. You know, like I said, I watched Justice League. I was gonna watch half of it, go to sleep, and watch the other half. And I'm watching all 4 hours. Went to sleep, woke up, and put it back on and watched it again.
I've still got to watch my copy of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh my god, dude, it is so fucking awesome. I'm gonna watch that again. It is just so fucking awesome. I liked the theater version until I watched this. Now I'm like, fuck you, Josh Whedon, you screwed it up. This is so much better. This is the movie we should have gotten. Even if they fucking released it in two parts, you know, like they do with Harry Potter and shit, like because of people's attention spans, or whatever. You know what? I wouldn't even care. Just this should have been the Justice League we should have gotten.
Well, I'm looking forward to revisiting Nightbreed. Hopefully, you folks out there will be able to join us and continue listening to our shenanigans here on Delusions of Grandeur. Everyone, say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hoot hoot.